Boo Shadowist Betty, taking over Papa Dank's whole little thing.
And your favorite princess, the cotton candy princess, Tiffany Avatar.
And... Right. That's Paige. She got the fattest of the asses of them all, honey. It's okay. We're here. We're taking over. We're at WrestleCon. If you haven't already, come see A, B, and C, baby.
Yes, we are your favorites, and we are waiting for you.
Okay, now I have a question. Since I have a microphone, I'm just gonna do a random one. All right, we ready?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
When are you gonna take a power slap from Hollywood Haley J?
Right now.
Oh shit, she's crazy. I lied. I'm not about it. I lied. Take the mic.
I think my ass. Wait, come back. I was so serious.
I got it. She's ready. She's ready.
I think my ass.
All right, I'm hanging out with my pal Tommy Rant right here. What's up? Now I heard a little rumor from a Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, that you snore.
What?
That's what he told me.
First off, if that bus is paying attention to me while I'm sleeping, that ain't strictly business. That's strictly weird.
That's kind of weird, right?
I ain't about that. Where'd you hear that from? Him? Her?
From him.
Her. Yeah. Listen, Buster. Listen, Chooch. You got my number. You know the time. Slime time.
Careful, Brandon Beretta is really good at suplexing big fat asses, so he might get you back, but you've been losing weight, so.
You look great.
Yeah. I guess so.
All right, thank you, Tommy Rant, and Slimeball Sage over there.
Yo, they call me Dank, the lyrical titan. Stepping in the ring, spitting fire, igniting. From the square circle to the booth, I'm dominant. Unbreakable spirit, call me the king, I'm prominent. Beyond the barricade, the podcast bumping. Real talk, no gimmicks, ain't no time for slumping. Grinding day and night, always something to prove. Elevating the game, that's the Dank move. Mic check 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining. Resolute, run deep, instilled the fight. Never back down, always standing upright. In the ring or on the track, same intensity. Delivering knockout blows lyrically. 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. It is NWA week as NWA comes to Long Island, New York, and everybody is excited for the NWA coming to Long Island for NWA 77. And my first guest for NWA week is the one and only, the talented Mr. Bryan Idol right there, the world television champion.
Making my camera like fly away. I don't know what's going on here, but I'll figure it out. I had it set before, but that's life. What's up, though? It's good to be here. I'm trying to get the title in the shot there. There it is.
I see that. That is beautiful. I'm a title guy, so I love titles.
Really heavy, too. Like, really heavy.
I bet,
like,
man.
half of being the TV champ is being strong enough to be able to hold the title all the time. It's got to weigh about, I don't know. It's a lot. It feels like 100 pounds.
Okay, it's not 10 pounds.
Well, that's not 10 pounds of gold, but it might be 25 pounds of silver. So.
Silver?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, the big thing, man, NWA coming here to Long Island, New York. Now, this isn't just a house show for you guys. This is the real deal show.
No,
right
this is
here.
the anniversary show, man, at the Paramount. And, you know, for Long Islanders who may listen to you or, you know, might not know, but it's a hell of a venue to have a wrestling show. You're going to see the layout of it is going to be, I don't know if people expect it, because I've talked to a bunch of Long Islanders and they're like, really, you're doing a wrestling show at the Paramount? I'm like, wait till you see what it looks like in there, dude. So yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Now you're putting up that title on the line against the landmine Joe Ocasio over there.
Yep.
What's your thought on this match right now?
Ain't the first time I stepped in the ring with him, but I mean, every time we do, we kill it, man, and like we beat the hell out of each other. So it's going to be one of those. I guarantee it'll be one of the best matches of the night to watch. So I'm saying, like, it's exciting, you know, and you know he's definitely a worthy opponent. He's really underrated, man. I mean, like, if we're being open and honest, Probably the thing that's held him back is he's had a couple of injuries, and they took a little time to come back from. And I think that happened to him twice. So he lost a couple of years there as he's picking up steam. So I think, had that not happened, I think he'd be a household name by now. So I think he's well on his way again, building up his stock in the NWA. So, I mean, yeah, he's a very worthy opponent. So it should be a good one, man.
He really is a very worthy opponent, and he's a good guy when he's outside the ring. When he's in the ring, he's a tough guy.
I think he's a tough guy inside and outside of the ring. I don't know.
Now, NWA Power now on Roku. Here's just a sample. What? How big of a deal is this for you guys being on Roku?
I think it's very big. I think it's bigger than the average maybe wrestling fan that knows about NWA realizes, because they already know about it. If you saw the stats I've seen, there's millions of people checking this out now. So that's pretty incredible. And the website has gotten redone, which I'm very proud of. I think that it's a big upgrade for the company. And it sounds stupid to talk about, I guess, to be like, okay, the web, the website, who cares? But again, you're talking with a lot of new fans coming in to see the product. So I think streamlining it, optimizing it a little bit, making it more in lockstep with our social media, which, we're going through a revamp here for those reasons. And I think it's very it's for a good reason, and it's a good thing. And I think ultimately we're setting ourselves up for a lot of success, as opposed to just a moment happening around us and we're kind of just standing still. Not the mindset in today's NWA, man. It's best foot forward and always be hustling and get everything. Nothing's ever good enough. You got to be better, and that speaks to, what I'm saying, even me physically and the wrestlers physically. Everybody's stepping their game up, because this is the top level now, and we're living it right now in the moment. So that's, you can't ask for more than that. So this Roku thing is huge. And I don't want to be a big mouth, and I don't want to blow surprises, but if you're not happy with that and that's not enough for you, stay tuned, because there's more.
More coming. All right. You heard it
Guarantee
here first.
it. Guarantee
More
it.
coming from the NWA. Now, we got a question for you. If you got past Joe on Saturday, who would you want to be your next opponent?
I mean, I don't know. I somebody I could beat, but I can keep being the champion.
What about Sage? He's been doing some single stuff out here in Long Island.
I would probably crush him. But yeah, no, Slime Balls they're an awesome tag team. I was laughing in your intro there, because he's talking and he just sounds like me when I lived there when I was 13 years old. He's got his little voice like this and that heavy accent. It's so funny to me.
Right.
And actually, they went to the same high school I did, so we all graduated the same high school, which I think is really funny, because it's a long time in between those two. I think, I don't even know if they were. Oh yeah, they were born when I graduated high school, but not.
Right.
They certainly weren't anything but children. They might have been a couple of years old. So it's pretty funny to me. It's like the next generation coming right out of my own neighborhood. Where I
don't know, your own neighborhood, man. There's a lot of talent out here in Long Island, as
of course,
you know.
Of course, yeah. But,
Slime Ball's definitely on the top of the list.
I dare say, pound for pound, there was a time. I don't know if it's still holding true now, but you go back over the last 20 years, and I think a large portion of the best wrestlers around came out of Long Island. So it's or New York area, So it's a known hotbed, especially considering where there was nothing. There was no, WWE wasn't running a performance center there. And this is not a dig on Florida, but it kind of is.
I think I lost your voice. There you go. Is it me or is it you? I lost Bryan. All right. Well, while we're waiting for Bryan, Joe says everybody loves slime time, right? Sage will probably get broken in half. Anybody knows Sage?
Did we get it?
Yeah. You're back. You're back. Joe over here said everybody loves slime time.
I agree. Did you hear anything of what I just said, or did that spam?
No. It got
Oh,
cut off.
oh,
You were talking
well,
about the town in Long Island, and then you faded out.
pound for pound the best. And I'll just, we'll just keep it like Forrest Gump right there. I said what I said the moment passed, and either, when he said his thoughts about the war in Vietnam, and then somebody unplugged the mic, and that's
Yeah.
that we just had that moment. So that's that. Next question.
Next question. What are you looking forward to eating out here in Long Island?
In all honesty, there is, and don't ask me the name of it. I have it saved somewhere, but I can't look it up right now. But there's a little kebab place, and so off the map. And I will 100% be eating there while I'm there. You're talking Long Island, because I will be going to my New York City spot, which again, I'm not afraid to tell you, which will be my New York City spot. It's a must every single time. It's been a must. The place kept me alive. Because actually one of my best friends and former guitar players owned it, and that's Mamoon's Falafel. And so anytime I'm anywhere near New York City, got to go to Mamoon's Falafel. And if you haven't ever been to Mamoon's Falafel, or you think you don't like falafels, go to Mamoon's Falafel. There's never been anything like it. You would never find me eating falafel ever anywhere else. One day somebody gave me those, it changed my whole life. But that kebab place in Long Island, and I will shout out right across from the Paramount, you better believe when I'm done wrestling, I will be getting a slice of pizza from Little Vincent's.
Slice of pizza.
Little Vincent's, man. There's two. I feel like now I'm working. They got two locations. They got one right there in Huntington, and the other one is, I believe, Ronkonkoma, on the outskirts of Ronkonkoma. Open late at night. Little Vincent's.
I know
authentic Long Island pizza. You can't beat it, man. Always. The one in Ronkonkoma was an old standby for me for a long, long time. So I love Little Vincent's, especially later at night. Sunday nights, late at night, man. Little Vincent's was my go-to.
That's the spot, huh? Now, I promised the Kazanas I would get them pizza. Schedule pending with them, of course. So you recommend Vincent's?
It's right across the street. Little Vincent's right across the street, dude.
There you go.
Can't go wrong.
I'll talk to the Kazanas a little bit later. See what's going on with them. Oh, look at this. Joe says pizza in Ella's was excellent also.
Okay. I don't know where Ella's is, but I don't know it's probably maybe they're nearby there. What do I know? Thanks, Joe Delgado.
Joe's a staple out here in the wrestling scene. He's at
I've heard
every
his
show.
name before.
Yeah, he's at every show.
His name before.
Every show. Every show.
I know he's been to some of the NWA house shows out there. And like I said, this is very different. The NWA house shows are cool because we get to mix in local talent and kind of showcase some Long Island guys. But this anniversary thing this is the NWA, dude. This is the
full roster
of it. This is a full roster, big production, high end. Like, I think a lot of people, again, if you're watching and you're a Long Island wrestling fan and you're paying attention to this thing, I would say, if you don't know, the NWA productions are high end, and it's not an indie show. So it's like when you come to see it, it's
a different experience.
Not going to lie and say it's the level of production of like WWE, but it is way above an indie show production. And the Paramount has that feel. You'll feel it right away, and you'll see the wrestlers. They're top level, man. And it's funny because like some people will dog on the NWA and whatever, but like even the goofy gimmick guys we got are very good at what they do. There's very few guys, if any, on that roster that are standard, indie level wrestlers. So I think it's something that, and like I'm saying, our average fan's not going to sit here and have those conversations, but we're talking about, the smart mark fans and what they know and what they talk about on Reddit or Twitter or X or whatever you call it. I think the NWA is vastly underrated in that regard.
I agree.
As I've been most of my career, I've heard my whole career, generic and whatever. I think it's funny. I'm generic. I was on TMZ yesterday. Today I'm in Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll be somewhere else. But I'm generic.
I've seen you on TMZ before.
That's not the first time, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've been on there before, so
I must do something right.
Recently, you were right here making news in Long Island's premier news day.
That's what I said. That's today, bro. That's this morning. So they thought I was a big enough deal to announce me returning to my home. Shout out to Alfonso Castillo, by the way, who is the premier sports writer in the Long Island and New York City areas for sports. I mean, how many big stories did he cover? You know, all the way back from Mick Foley winning the championship on Raw. So I mean, that guy's been around.
Yeah, he's been around as well, man. Congratulations on your article. Now I want to go into this picture, and Hulkamania lives forever as it should.
Absolutely, man.
Tell
What are we
me
gonna talk
your.
about? We got to talk about. You know, I didn't notice that dude has red sneakers and I have yellow ones, but mine are cooler.
That's true. Yeah.
Mine
I didn't
are
know.
Wolverine Battle Nikes, which no one has. Those are pretty sweet. I don't
Tell
know
me
what
about.
these were.
Tell me
These are
about your
like
thoughts on
racers.
Hogan.
Man, look, you know, somehow in this universe, and I say somehow, like, listen, I get it. Um, you know, he said some stuff back in the day, and you know, it made him a polarizing figure. But on that subject, I don't condone any of that, and I understand why people are upset. I really, truly do. But the one thing I will say was he's I've never heard anything where he's ever done it speaking about a group of people or multiple people at once. And the only thing I would say was he was insulting one specific person. And one thing that always crosses my mind, not that it's okay to say, not that it's okay to do, but when have you ever insulted a person and not tried to say the meanest thing possible when you're talking about insulting a person? So that always kind of stuck with me. And you know, it's unfortunate though. And like I said, there's no call for it. But you know, I think if you can look past that, you can look at a lot of good he did, and I mean, so just because now I said this and like it makes me sound one way or the other. Let me tell you this. I just say this. There was a black family at Hogan's Bar last week, and one of them pulled me aside, and he was probably early 20s, and you know, he said to me, he said, you know, man, so you know what makes me mad? I said, what? He said, Hulk ain't racist. I said, what do you mean? And he said, you know, when I was a kid living here in Clearwater, he's like multiple times Hulk Hogan would come and he would show up at my school. One time he showed up at like I forgot what the organization the kid was part of. He said like maybe some sports team. I can't remember. He was like he showed up there. He gave us candy. He gave us speeches. He took pictures with everybody. He hugged all of us. He's like I could never see him as a racist. He's like so like I said, at least you know whether he said some stuff or not, which he did, but I'm saying whether you could ever forgive him for it or not, at least people that have obviously more say in it than I do, because I am certainly not a black person or an African American, so my opinion is not as valid on the subject as theirs would be. And to have some of them saying that like that, I think to me shows that people understand the situation a little more than the general public or the social justice warriors would have you believe. So unfortunate that all that stuff happened in the past, but my thoughts on Hulk Hogan are in line with that young man's, and that he was incredibly generous. He did me way more favors than he ever had to do. And
I saw when he put you over.
I mean, that was huge, and it's not the first time he did a few times for me. And I wasn't, and another thing, it's not like I was standing there filming it, bro. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even in the building. I was in Denver, Colorado. When I got that video, I was in Denver, Colorado.
Right.
And you know, so there's that. And I'm saying, like, again, the thing I'm saying is he did me a lot of favors, and he was a very generous guy, and he loved his family. And you know, everybody has their problems in life, and I think it becomes a hot topic to jump on when you know someone passes, and you know these people. And I'm not the only one speaking like this. Mick Foley said he thinks it's unfortunate too, and I don't think he always got along with the Hulkster either. So I'm saying for him to say it, I think the general public realize, you know, the guy was an icon to the world of wrestling. I wouldn't be a wrestler without Hulk Hogan. He's absolutely the reason why I became a wrestler. So I just, you know, it's unfortunate that it's always tied to that. And even I feel the need to mention it. I shouldn't have, because we could have skipped right past that. But
Yeah.
I do feel like it's worthy to mention, and I haven't talked about it in any other interview I did. So why not today? But, very, very hard. You got to understand, man, like he's basically my neighbor. He lives right up the street from me. So when all that went down, you know, man, I was right in the middle of all of it. So it's very unfortunate. And, you know, my phone was ringing off the hook as soon as it happened. And local media contacted me. They all know I live right here, and I had to go do interviews. And I wanted to. It's not that I didn't want to do the interviews. I did. because I wanted to say something positive on behalf of Hulk. But obviously, it was upsetting and shocking, and it wasn't easy for me to stand there. It's not like I was enjoying it, and it's not like I was like, "Oh my God, this is my moment." Certainly wasn't anything like that. It was very sad, and it broke my heart to be standing in front of the shop doing those interviews and just knowing that he had just passed away. And think about, 50 feet away up the stairs is where I used to work out with him constantly. You know what I mean? Like there was probably 10 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, there were 6 month stretches where I worked out almost daily with Hogan. And so like we would
Wow.
talk all the time and like
Yeah.
talk about cars and this and that. And it's like it's almost funny because like, man, I don't sleep so much and I get hit in the head a lot. And I've been so many places, so many days. It's like you start to forget those things until you sit down and think about it. And I'm like recalling so many conversations. And like I was talking to his son Nick about it, and I was like saying about like how crazy it is. Like I knew his dad way before I ever met Nick. And
Yeah.
like that's what I was telling Nick. And it would feel like in recent years, like it would feel like I knew Hulk way less and I talked to Nick more. But really it was the other way around. It was just like but a lot of times when you're like at the karaoke bar with Hulk and whatever, everybody's all over him. So like I would just talk to him briefly and kind of hang in the back, you know what I mean? And then like, whatever, like me and Nick would talk and hang, and then we kind of got much cooler with each other. But
Yeah.
it's just funny. Like I actually knew him pretty well for a decent amount of time, which honestly is insane when you calculate the chances or the odds that you would ever even become a wrestler and then be cool with Hulk Hogan, and you know what I mean, and then be living in the same neighborhood with him and seeing him constantly and working out with him. I mean, it just the whole thing was a lot to take in, and it was very it's still very sad for me. And the other day was his birthday. That's why we were there. That's what that picture was from that you showed. Um, and it was a great celebration, packed out in there. And we'd like to keep that. There it is. We'd like to keep that karaoke going. I think it's going to. I told the guys I would love to be down there doing it, helping out, just like I've been for months. And
Right.
I don't want anything but to just be there helping out. So I'm going to try to continue to do that as long as my schedule allows it. But yeah, it's a blast, and I recommend anybody listening, you come to the area. Still Hogan's Bar, man. The spirit's there. All the memorabilia is there. It's so cool. The food's actually excellent there, and the karaoke's awesome. The night's so fun. Nick will be around still. He's a great host at it. Like it's a lot of fun. So, you know,
Definitely got to make my way down on that. It's one of
yeah, you
my
should,
my
man.
my my check things I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's just one of those things crazy to believe that um Hogan was there like every Monday, dude, for years. You just go there on a Monday night. One time,
Yeah.
I just thought to myself how bizarre. I went to an Alice Cooper concert up at Ruth Eckerd Hall, which is like I don't know, 8 miles from here, and it was only like 10:30 at night when I got done and was back home. And as I'm driving by Hogan's Hangout, and inside you got Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan standing there. So I was just like, what a world that you could go to an Alice Cooper concert and see Alice
Right.
Cooper, and I got to say hello to Alice Cooper and talk to him and whatever. And then I drive 10 minutes up the road, and now Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair are hosting karaoke on the same
Right.
night. You know what I mean? Within 8 miles, and it's
That's
just mind
awesome.
boggling. And he was there all the time, man. So he loved it. And, Nick was saying the other day to everybody, like that was his favorite place to be. He loved coming to karaoke. He was always in a good mood there. Uh, I'll tell you a funny story. Here's one. This is the last
All
I'll
right.
say about it. So
Okay.
it had been a little while since I popped in there, and I went in there and I see Hulk, and he brought a couple friends that he knew, and he was all excited. And he's like, "Oh, he's like, you guys want anything?" And I was like, "No, no, we're good, we're good." And then he's like, "No, no, no, do a shot, do a shot." And so I don't really drink, and it's been a long time since I really drank. Not that I had any kind of real problem, but just for fitness, I just don't really drink anymore. So um, I just thought it was really funny. So I didn't really say much. All of a sudden, a round of tequila shots come, and so here's the waitress pouring down the Patron, and they pour me a shot, and
Uh-huh.
it was so funny. And I look at him, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't drink it." I just the face like Hulk Hogan made at me as he like smacked the shot glass out of the thing, and he was like, "Just drink
Right.
the shot." And it's like when Hulk Hogan tells you to drink a shot, and
You
you're
drink the shot.
Hawaiian, you know, I mean, like I'm a wrestler. I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna not drink this shot." That was a good
Right.
shot. So I did like a quarter of the shot, whatever. But I just thought it was funny. He didn't mean anything malicious by it. He just wanted me to do the shot to celebrate. It was just really funny, man.
That's
It's another one
awesome.
of those memories that'll always make me giggle when I think about it because he was like, just made this face, was like, slam the glass,
I
and I was like,
love
all
it.
right, all right. I was like, you got me. I'll drink
That's an
it.
awesome story, man.
Yeah,
And
pretty
like you
funny. Pretty
said,
funny.
you'll carry it forever, man. That's how
Yeah, I got a
that's how I
lot of
got into
stories like that.
wrestling.
Yeah, man.
Hogan.
Of
That was it.
course. Bro, I'm not joking. I'll tell you this. I'll just cut it as quick as I can. When I was in second grade, it was one of those, what do you want to be when you grow up? There was zero hesitation. I didn't have to think. I said, I
Right.
want to be a rock star and I want to be a wrestler. I drew myself playing guitar and I wrote in the thing like that I was singing Bon Jovi songs. And I
Yeah.
said, I want to be a wrestler. And what I actually drew when I said I want to be a wrestler, I said, I want to be a wrestler like Hulk Hogan. And I drew the scene from No Holds Barred where he was tearing out of the top of the limousine and the guy poops his
Yeah.
pants. That
Yeah.
was what I drew. And I drew that in second grade. And I was convinced from even before that I was going to be a wrestler, all because of Hulk Hogan. So again, for me, it is the most surreal of things to not only become a wrestler, but to become a successful one, then become friends with Hulk Hogan, get to talk about wrestling all the time with Hulk Hogan.
That's awesome.
One time I even showed him, I'm going to keep going here. I just can't stop. I wrestled I was pretty instrumental in bringing back Kaiju Big Battle after it disappeared for a while. And that's where you wrestle in those Godzilla costumes. And I remember
Yes.
one year at WrestleMania, it might have been like 2015 or 16, whichever one around that time was in New Orleans. I did a Kaiju Big Battle match, and there was probably like 600 to 800 people there. It was after midnight. It was like this crazy thing. And in the finish, I wrestled Jody Christopherson. We were in these costumes. That's Chris Christopherson's son, former NXT. Um, I did the Hogan finish, like the comeback into the leg drop finish. And because my character was like the most noble kaiju guy, but I was like a bug thing. And I actually showed it to Hulk Hogan. I made him sit there and watch it in the gym, like in the actual ridiculousness when I was like, here, check this out. And Hogan was dying laughing. Like he was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. What is this? He's like, what are you wearing? And I was like, yeah, I was like, this was one on WrestleMania weekend. How was your WrestleMania weekend? I think he was on WrestleMania at that time.
Yeah, right.
So that's it. I'll shut up with the Hogan stories. But yeah, I got a lot of good ones like that. He was awesome.
Awesome. Good stuff indeed. Ripshot wants to know, did you draw the mustache on yourself?
Are you talking about right now? Did I draw it on me right now? No, this is real.
No, he's talking about have you ever.
Oh, have I ever?
Yeah.
Well, back in the day when I wanted to make it look more like a handlebar redneck thing with Earl Cooter, I did used to pencil it in. I still grew it like this, but I would pencil it down and then kind of pencil these. So I would give the rims here and this. So I did draw a mustache on myself once, but I was just talking about in the costume. The costume didn't have a mustache. I was just the space bug guy.
Gotcha.
But there
Good
was
stuff, Bryan.
the guy had some kind of gut inference there because I did draw a mustache on myself before.
Thank you for sharing the story with us, man. I loved it.
All right.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Man, we're running out of time. Let's one more thing.
Sure.
What's it like working with Billy Corgan?
Billy Corgan is the best, man. He is a bro all the way, and I can't believe how, again, I just told you, I wanted to be a rock star and a wrestler. And I've done some pretty prolific music stuff on my own, but nothing
Right.
even close to the fact that Billy has put me on stage at Madison Square Garden, the Hollywood Bowl,
I know.
Shea
I saw.
Stadium, or not Shea, it's the City Field,
The
whatever you want
big,
to call it.
yeah.
Fenway Park. What's the one? Wrigley Field. I've been at every major baseball
You've been
stadium
every
on stage.
big,
I've been at
yeah.
all these venues, Australia, everywhere, all because of Billy Corgan. I've got to jam and play music with Billy Corgan. I've got to create music with Billy Corgan, and I've gotten to hang out and really get to know him as a friend. And he's awesome. He's an awesome guy. And it's again, man. I just even when I talk, I'm guarded about so many things because we live in this world where everybody just wants to criticize everybody. But he's an unbelievable person, and again, extremely generous and extremely thoughtful and self-aware. And I think Billy would like to hear that about himself because the world says he's a miserable prick, and he's
Not for
not.
nothing. But I heard that from a couple of the talent too, how wonderful he is. So
He's awesome. He's the
it's not a
coolest.
secret.
He's the most humble, chill, cool dude. Billy Corgan is a gazillionaire rock star, and he would sleep on the floor at the airport, and does, because he doesn't care. And I've seen him sleep on little couches, and does, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not just a sleeping thing. I'm saying, like, he wears NWA t-shirts and regular t-shirts when he could be wearing designer everything
Right.
24/7. So he's the most humble, chill, generous, thoughtful, very self-aware dude. It just goes without saying. And shout out to him for getting me involved in the Back to the Beginning concert, which was Ozzy's last performance. I still can't believe I got to be a part of that in some way. And that was an insane 3 days. Even though it was a one-day concert, it was 3 days for all of us. And it was the best hangout I could ever imagine.
Yes, and thank you to Billy for keeping NWA going.
He brought it back from the dead, man. And not only that, it's thriving against all expectations, all the shit everyone said Billy did wrong, blah, blah, blah. People like Nick Aldis kicking dirt all over it. Not true, man. We're still killing it. We're actually, pound for pound, we're drawing more, and we're more popular than when he or anybody else was there. So, whoops. That's the Billy Corgan vision. You know what he was smart enough to do? Billy Corgan was smart enough to get involved with me. And so we're doing very well. Don't forget, I'm the national promoter of the NWA, and we're doing very, very well.
I did watch the show, so yeah, I saw.
Yeah. So
good stuff. Congratulations
for being just.
Congratulations on all your success, Bryan. Really.
Hey man, we're just getting started. Yeah, none of this. Thank you, and I appreciate that. None of this comes from luck, man. Billy Corgan doesn't have to sit here all day and swing the hammer, but he does, and so do I, and so does everybody else involved. We're all the hardest workers. We never stop, and the whole goal is to just make the best company for wrestling fans that we can possibly make on our end, and that's what we're doing, man. And that's why you got to come see it Saturday. Bell time 7 p.m. The Paramount, Long Island.
That's right. James can't wait for Saturday, and neither can we. Get your tickets. NWA live events for your tickets, man.
James will be there Saturday. He'll be there much earlier, I bet. But see you there,
Jumbo. All right, Bryan. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
Social medias are all at the THE Bryan Idol, BRYANIDL. Oh, IDOL. Jeez, BRYANIDOL. The Bryan Idol. Whatever you want to say. All right, so that's my socials. My website will be getting redone in the near future. That's bryanidol.com. And check that out for updates. I'm going to say, give me till September. Check that out September 1st. You'll have some updated material on the website. And that's about it. I should have some new merch coming out all then, September. So as far as Bryan Idol, I'll see you in September. But I'll see you this Saturday at the NWA 77th anniversary. There's the flyer right there. Right on cue.
Right there.
7 p.m. Come watch me defend the NWA Television Championship against Joe Ocasio, the Long Island Landmine, as he likes to call himself.
He does. He does like that.
Yeah.
He loves it. Check out Bryan, NWA 77 this Saturday. The Paramount. Get your tickets now.
Still available. Still got some tickets. Not many. So hurry up.
Still got some tickets. All right. You can catch me here. I have coming up next. The whole Kazana family is joining me, Bryan.
Well, they're coming
all
right
the Kazanas. They're all coming at 8 o'clock.
Right now. They're probably pissed. All right.
They're not. They're not waiting.
How panicked I was. I dropped the phone and panicked because I didn't want Joe Kazana to hit me with the book.
AJ's always late.
I just saw him. We were on a show together Saturday. I saw AJ and Casey. They were on the same show with me in Augusta, Georgia. But,
appreciate the Kazanas coming back. 100%.
They're fantastic, man. They're fantastic.
They're awesome. They really are.
Very underrated as well. Like I said, I think they're gonna really start emerging as this Roku deal goes on.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them. I've known them for a while now, and I love every single one of them. Good stuff.
Very cool.
And then this Friday, I have the one and only Carson Drake joining me at 7 p.m.
Look at that outdated picture. He looks like he's wearing this title that he doesn't have anymore. Sorry, that's mine, buddy. Had to beat him sometime. He beat me a couple times, but now it really counted. So that's all that matters.
Too bad, Carson. Also, I am working with Rising Star Women's Wrestling, and this October 4th, we have a very special coffin match as Abaddon, the champion of Rising Stars Women's Wrestling, goes against Amity LeVay. Get your tickets now. NYWCProWrestling.com. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'll be back with the Kazanas at 8 o'clock.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, appreciate you, Bryan. Hold on for a minute, Bryan. Everybody else, cool. I'll see you at 8.